My name is Miwa, and I currently serve with International Justice Mission. I'm also half Singaporean, half Indonesian, and my husband and I, we've been living in Hong Kong for almost 20 years now. So Hong Kong is home for us, and we worship at Island ECC. I first arrived in Hong Kong in 2007, and I was working in the retail industry in Europe before relocating back to Asia, where I spent some time in mainland China before coming over to Hong Kong. I first heard about Justice Conference at my home church, Island ECC, in 2018. Justice Conference definitely had a huge impact on my life and in my walk with God, because it has led me to do what I do today. There were two things that I remember very vividly from the conference. One was the story, survivor story shared by IJM of a young boy named Marco and his 2-year-old sister Gabby. And they were forced to perform sexual life acts in front of a camera for Western pedophiles to view globally around the world. That really burdened my heart. The second thing that I remember very vividly was Pastor Andrew on the stage as he closed out the conference, asking the question, how many of us are going to respond and show up for God? And I think working for an NGO or just being the first employee, starting something for the mission from ground zero has its own set of challenges, obstacles, and the solutions. But God always reminds me that my job is to show up for Him faithfully, is to be steadfast, and He will equip me to do the job, because He desires to raise everyone up. So for those who may not have heard about IJM or International Justice Mission, we are an international NGO with local teams in 20 different countries, all with the same mission to protect people in poverty from violence, from slavery, and from trafficking. And we now have an opportunity to protect 500 million people in poverty from violence by 2033. For this year's JCA, what I am looking forward the most is really for more people to experience God at the conference and to lean into His heart for the orphans, for people trapped in poverty and exploitation. Because contrary to what some people may think, that the conference is for church leaders, community leaders, or practitioners, and they are, but the conference is also very much so for what I like to say, the everyday you and me from all walks of life. Because there is just something beautiful to behold when God's people lean in to His heart and just be really open to explore how God may want them to respond in this season.